Hello you beautiful person, this is Anton and welcome to the first tutorial on Python, the most beautiful language in the world. You've probably found this tutorial because you either were interested in Python or because you came from my other channel, What the Math, or because I guess you could have many reasons for why you came here, so that's not important. The important part is that this is going to be a slightly different tutorial from all of the other available tutorials on YouTube. It's going to be two things that are different about it. We're going to approach Python from really how I learned it. We're going to do projects and challenges. That's really the best way to learn any language, because if you just watch a video and you try to copy and follow what person is telling you, you are most likely not going to learn much. This is not how programming works. It's all about challenging yourself and trying to solve problems. So for this reason, I'm going to divide most of the videos into modules, and every module is going to have a major sort of challenge we're going to try to solve. Most of them in the beginning are going to be pretty easy, and for those of you who are already familiar with Python, you can either check out the video where I pretty much do everything in one long lesson in case you just wanted to review some of the Python stuff, or you can go ahead and click on individual videos and just go through the parts that you may need to catch up on. In this video, we're going to do the basics. We're going to install Python, we're going to set everything up, and we're going to essentially get ready to program. We're not going to do programming just yet. If you've already done this, you can skip to the next video. If not, well, here's what I would recommend you install. Now to start this, we actually are not going to go to python.org, which is the website you see right here. We're going to go to another website that will allow us to download a kind of a package that has everything we need to learn Python really well. It's a package that I've used previously with my students when I used to teach programming full-time. And I've also been using this package as a data analyst for a company. So it's super highly recommended because it has everything in one chunk and it kind of works on pretty much any system. The package I'm talking about is called Anaconda. Anaconda.org is the website you want to go to, and basically under download Anaconda, you don't have to sign up or anything. You can choose the system you're going to be using, either Windows, Mac, or maybe Linux even, and then just download the most recent package. I'm not going to go through the actual installation process. It's super simple, just click next, install. But once you actually have it installed, just open it up, and you're going to see something like this. This is called Anaconda Navigator. I'm going to go through some of the most essential parts here, and this is really all you need. It actually automatically installs Python for you. It has all of the things automatically set up, so you don't have to worry about anything. And we just really are going to be using one thing from everything here. You might see a lot of stuff. It might actually get a little bit intimidating. We just want this. This is one of the most important tools today in science, data analysis, and basically any kind of analytical presentation that involves programming usually has this Jupyter notebook. I'm going to show it to you in a second, but first I want to point out this part right here as well, because that's also important: environments. Now we're going to be using this later on, but the reason we need this is because a lot of the additional packages that you ever want to install for Python, or maybe some of the other tutorials that you've watched told you to install something, this is where you would do this. So basically you can actually either search for a specific package, like for example, one of the most famous data analysis packages is called NumPy, and it's already, as you can see, installed here. Or if I want to upgrade something, I can actually just select this, click on the button here and mark for update. Or you can actually erase them if you don't need them, if you have space or storage problems. We're also going to be doing more installation later on, but for now, that's all you need to remember. These are the two important buttons here, or I guess two important tabs. So click on this, open up Jupyter Notebook, and you'll be greeted with something that looks similar to this. This works really simple. It's basically running in your browser. It's kind of a development toolkit that essentially runs in the browser, which is why it's so easy to use on any system. And here you can click on new and either create a new folder, which will appear right here under untitled folder. So now I'm going to rename it and name it tutorials. And then we're just going to jump into this folder just to keep everything organized. And now I can actually go ahead and create a new Python 3 file. Now, if this actually says Python 2, you may actually have to go back to Anaconda and install Python 3 as well. You can actually have both, it's not a big deal. But the reason I'm using Python 3 over Python 2 is because Python 2 is no longer going to be updated as of, I guess, 2018. Python 3, however, is essentially the future of Python, so we're going to be keeping this. But I guess the important part from all of this is that as long as this says Python 3, you're good to go. If it says Python 2, you may want to go back to Anaconda and install Python 3 as well. Anyway, so if I click on this, here's my first file, and that's really where I'm going to stop. However, for those of you who are really going to go full-time into coding and programming, I'm going to recommend one more really important tool that many programmers today use, and it's also for all of the systems. And here it is. It's called Atom, and the website here is atom.io. Atom is kind of similar to Jupyter Notebook in a sense, but it's a lot more advanced in its ability, and it's also something that a lot of full-time developers use because it allows them to connect to systems or repositories such as, for example, GitHub, that you can then use to automatically update all of your files. And for example, if you work in a team and everyone uses the same repository to modify a very large project, you would use something like Atom to make this a little bit more convenient. So just download this as well, but we'll use this way in the future when we need to do more complex apps. For the first part of learning Python, Jupyter Notebook is more than enough, but I would highly recommend that you get this for the future. So with Jupyter Notebook set up, we are actually good to go. We're going to start the tutorial with the most basic stuff in the next video. So click on the next part if you want to find out what happens next. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.